Hey, it's time. I hope you're all enjoying the heat wave. For those of you in Michigan, it's been below zero all week, but it is 20 degrees this morning. Yay. Um, all right. So let's go over. If you're watching this, it's because we have you fully registered for the virtual detox that starts on Monday, the 22nd of January. I'm super excited. I want to thank you guys. I just love you. You're geniuses. You're super, super smart for taking this step, investing in your health. And I really believe this is going to be a time of unexpected riches in our lives as a New Hope Health family. Sometimes there are things that there's symptoms that we've had for so long. We don't even call them symptoms. We think it's just part of life. We think it's normal. No symptom is normal. And as you all know, I believe the body was created to heal itself if it has what it needs. The problem is we get in the way by not giving it what it needs sometimes, or giving it things that it does not want. So we're going to be doing some resetting, and I'm super pumped about this. So the purpose of this video, it will be a little bit longer because I want to give you kind of the flow of what we're going to be doing and what the next 30 days or so are going to look like. So this will all be in writing. So if, it will help to explain it. So, but we will take notes on this and send this to you as well. But the calls will be on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. EST. So for those of you who are in a different time zone, convert as needed. Or you can do like I do, because I'm horrible with time zones. So I always have to Google 6 p.m. EST to Mountain Time or to Pacific Time or wherever I am in the world. Calls will last about 90 minutes. Bring your questions. This is going to be a time for us to just spend some time together. So I'm definitely going to do a little bit of content, some teaching, here's what we need to be doing. Here's what this week will look like. But also it's going to be time to just share like how you're feeling. If something has come up for you, if you're like, is this normal? This is what it's feeling like for me. Or you're having any not just physical symptoms, but maybe you're feeling elated, or maybe you're feeling like you got a jam up of brain fog. All kinds of things can come out in the laundry when we start doing detoxification protocols. So the good thing is, the way I believe in detox, and this is why I said you can work while you're doing this, you can go to school, you can continue to take care of your families, because the way I believe in detox, it should not be grossly painful, or violent in any way. This is why, like, you all know, like when we do mud packs, a lot of practitioner friends of mine actually have to repeat mud packs all the time. In other words, they mud pack somebody's, a scar on their wrist, and they're having to redo it all the time. And one of the reasons I think that is they're not supporting the detox pathways. So this is why we have you on a full spectrum heating pad when we mud pack. And this is why we give you MediClay, and the clinic itself is actually remediated. And so I'm not saying this to get off track about mud packs, but just to remind you, like, we're going to support you, and we're going to support proper detoxification as toxins are being released so that you actually feel good. So anyway, calls are on Tuesdays. This will be a virtual call via Zoom. You will have the link. I believe the link will be the same every week. So that should make it pretty easy, but we'll also send it to you. So you'll get reminders on that, but go ahead and put it in your schedule, starting the 22nd, Tuesday, the 22nd, or excuse me, the detox starts on the 22nd. The first call is on the 23rd. It's on Tuesday at 6 p.m. And then the following 3 Tuesdays after that. These are going to be times for you to, like I said, share your experience, support each other, get help from me and my team. And then also, just get the download for what we will be doing in the following week. The detox itself doesn't change a lot, but there are going to be some little fun upgrade assignments that will help you get more detox out of your detox. And so we'll be talking about that. And then the week after the detox is technically over, we will be doing a celebration call, which again is, of course, to if you have questions, but also just, I want to have a space for people to get excited and talk about the progress they've made. So that will be on that one. All the rest will be on Tuesdays at 6. That particular one will be the 19th of February, Monday at 6. So Monday, February 19th at 6 p.m. EST will be our final call. I'm hoping you can make that. I apologize, it can't be consistent with the Tuesdays, but that Tuesday I will be traveling and in the air at 6 p.m. So I just wanted to make sure we got that last one in. So basically the way this works, there will be 4 7-day cycles in a row. So it's like 28 days of detox. You will be getting, most of you already have gotten, a detox kit that includes a few different things. One of them is this push catch. You can open this. I want to share a couple things. First of all, it's going to come with a little pamphlet. Looks like this. Read it. There's great stuff in here. Ignore the protocol, right? Now, just like when you open a bottle of Digest or Greens Mix or, any other supplement, there are generic instructions on the package that may be different than what we're doing or what I test you for. So this is the same way. They're going to give you all kinds of options on ways to do this. Stick with what I'm telling you to do. It's very simple, but it's going to be powerful. And this will be sort of like phase 1 of your new life in the detox world. There is some great information in there though. So by all means, definitely look at that. The first product we'll be taking, this will start Monday morning, is liver sauce. Liver sauce. That's a good name, right? Liver sauce. So your liver is your biggest, most significant, the most significant job of the liver is to detoxify toxins. And this is toxins, whether it's from your food, the air you breathe, medications you're taking or took a long time ago, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to be pushing toxins through the liver. And then this other supplement really in here. Ultra Binder. These are in little packets. You're going to be using that. That will be the second part of this detox as far as the 2 products that we talked about. So what you're going to do with this is going to make this super helpful for you. The liver sauce, you're going to take 1 teaspoon, and then 30 minutes later, you're going to take the Ultra Binder in 1 cup of water. So I like to do this first thing in the morning, but you can literally do this anytime that works for you. I suggest that you do it at the same time roughly every day, just so that you are able to remember. Tends to work a little better that way. But what you're going to do, you want to make sure your liver sauce is taken 60 minutes from food or more. So if you're doing this first thing in the morning, it's fine. You don't even need to think about that as long as you're not eating in the night, which hopefully most of you aren't. If you're doing this like in between breakfast and lunch or lunch and dinner, or you're doing it after dinner, you want to do it that way, all good. Just make sure you're 60 minutes from food. Once you take the liver sauce, you're going to wait 30 minutes, and then you're going to take the Ultra Binder in about 8 ounces of water. The liver sauce, what you're going to do with that, you're going to hold it in your mouth for about 60 seconds. It doesn't taste the best, but it's not horrible. How's that for honesty? It's not like you're going to be like, oh, I would have really liked to have more of this. But it's not bad. You're going to hold it in your mouth for about 60 seconds, then swallow it. I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend setting a timer for 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, you're going to put your ultra binder in 8 ounces of water, drink that down. And then that is all you need to do for the day. Oh, I take that back. One exception. Your ultra binder, once you take that, ideally you don't want to eat for 30 minutes. So liver sauce, 60 minutes from food, then wait 30 minutes, do the ultra binder, and then wait 30 minutes, and then you can eat. If there's any questions on this or confusion, we'll write it out too, but definitely let us know. But very simple. Like I said, I prefer to do this in the morning before I've eaten anyway. And so that first, 60 minutes from food, you don't even need to think about. All you have to do is liver sauce, set the timer for 30 minutes, ultra binder, set the timer for 30 minutes, and then you can eat. The ultra binder is, it's very different than the MediClay. It has some different, it's a little bit more synergistic. It's got more in it. It's not just dirt, but it is really messy. So I'm going to just warn you, get like a little bit taller jar that you can empty the packet out into. If you want, you're welcome. If you're going to be doing this, at work or on the road or whatever, you can empty it into a water bottle ahead of time. Just shake it up. And super easy though. It kind of like MediClay. It looks gross. It's black. So it's not like a light clay, but it doesn't taste bad. So that'll be an easy one. Now, here's the thing I was going to say. If you miss a day, the way that this detox works in terms of the supplements, these 2 supplements, it's 5 days on and 2 days off. So I'm going to talk in terms of, we're going to take the supplements Monday through Friday. We're going to rest from the supplements on Saturday and Sunday. Now, if life happens and you have whether it's on purpose or oh, shoot, I totally forgot on Friday, no problem. You're going to take off Friday and Saturday instead of Saturday and Sunday, right? So 5 days on, 2 days off. Ideally, it's 5 days in a row and then 2 days in a row. But if you end up missing Wednesday and then you want to take off, Saturday and then get back on it on Sunday, however you need to do it, there is some flexibility there. So don't stress. I know some of you are like me, you travel all the time or you're going to be on vacation. Don't stress at all if you miss a day. Just make sure you're tracking it enough where you make sure you're back on track. For the sake of teaching and the messages and reminders that we send out, I'm going to assume everyone's taking everything Monday through Friday and taking Saturday and Sunday off. So just ignore that. If you're like, nope, I had to alter it this week a little bit, no problem. Okay. If you want to switch or you need to switch, that's totally fine. Again, I like to take it in the morning, but you can totally take it midday or in the evening. I will tell you, there's a little bit of an advantage of taking it early in the day, which is your body doesn't like to work hard at night. It likes to rest. And detoxing, even though you're going to feel fine and we're going to keep you really well supported, detoxing is working. It's a work, it's effort for your body. So if you can favor a little bit earlier in the day, I think it's great, but consistency and getting it in are more important, way more important than doing it perfectly. Okay. Hear that. I know some of you need to hear that. So don't oh, I didn't do it in the morning. Might as well just forget it. Don't go there. Okay. And if you want to just do it in the evening, you can do it in the evening. So no worries on that. Your kit will also include a little medicine spoon. This is super important. And I'm so sorry, I forgot to grab one. This is super important though. The medicine spoon is, if you fill it to the fill line, it's 2 teaspoons. What you need for each day of the liver sauce is just 1 teaspoon. So if you take a double dose, you're going to run out after 2 weeks instead of 4 weeks. So make sure that you're filling it halfway to the 5 milliliter mark, not the 10 milliliter mark. Next thing you'll have is a tongue scraper. Looks like this. I know some of you have used these and some maybe not. You're basically gonna, you're gonna hold on to the tongue scraper, stick your tongue out and scrape your tongue into the sink. You can do this anytime if you feel like your mouth feels gross or you can smell your breath or anything like that. You can use this anytime, not just part of a detox. I do this almost always at least once a day, sometimes twice. But the best time to do this is first thing in the morning. I tend to like to do it right before I brush my teeth at night as well, just so I'm starting and ending, on a fresh note. But when you start detoxing, your toxins are going to want to come out everywhere. Obviously through the bowels and through the urine, but also through the skin, which includes your tongue. So this is where you'll see, sometimes you may notice, you may have noticed this even now, but especially when you're detoxing, like a white coating on your tongue, really common. When you scrape your tongue, it's gross. I mean, like I live pretty clean. I eat pretty clean. I exercise, I sauna, I do all these things. And every morning, the sludge that comes off my tongue, it's gross. So part of it is that's normal. Your body's always eliminating toxins. So some of that is, it's not that you're gross, it's just that getting rid of these toxins is part of a regular program that a lot of us don't actually do often. So don't be alarmed. So the other thing I wanted to mention is the WhatsApp group. We're going to have a WhatsApp group. WhatsApp is a free app that you can get on your phone. This is where notifications will be going. So we may send one more email on Monday, but otherwise everything will be on WhatsApp. That's where you're going to get reminders about the calls. This is where you're going to be able to connect with each other. This is where you're going to be able to ask questions. Of course, you can bring questions to the Zoom calls on Tuesday nights, but I'd like for you to be asking questions, unless it's super personal and you don't feel comfortable, in the group, so that like 9 times out of 10, the question, you guys are the VIPs. You're really smart. If you have a question, probably a lot of other people in the group have a question, that have a similar question and would like to hear the answer, even if they didn't have that question, might like to hear the answer as well. So this is a really efficient way for me and my team to be able to answer some of these questions for you in a way that is efficient. And also what will happen is you guys will be sharing wins and concerns and what you need help with and all that. And it's cool because in this app, you can very easily connect with each other. So if somebody posts something that they're struggling with and you have a solution, let them know, and vice versa. Or if somebody posts something that really encourages you, let them know. And this is a good way. I know for most of us, I hear this from clients all the time, like, I'm the only one I know who lives how I live. So we all kind of end up being these islands. And this is a good way for us to connect with each other. So if you don't have WhatsApp on your phone already, it's WHATS app. I would look that up. It's a little green, it's green and white, and there's a little phone on the what do you call it? Like the logo, the emblem, whatever. Oh, also, I almost forgot, in your detox kit, a skin brush. Ta-da. Basically the way you use this, super simple. You use this this is a dry skin brush. So don't make the mistake that a lot of people do and put it in your shower so you don't forget. You want to do this before you get in the shower. We'll talk about that a little bit more, although I don't want to spend a lot of time on it because I know a lot of you are familiar with dry skin brushing. But I mentioned in one of the previous videos about opening up channels of elimination. And one of the main ways we do that is, of course, drinking water, flushing through the urine, but also opening up the pores in the skin. So a lot of times when you start detoxing, sometimes toxins want to come out through your skin. How are we going to do that or facilitate that so they can come out efficiently? The dry skin brushing is super helpful. What you're going to do is you can either do long strokes or you can do like circles, but you're always moving towards your heart. So you're going to start naked, dry before you get in the shower. Start at your feet, work towards your knees, right? Towards your heart, and then knees towards your hips, hips up your abdomen, back, shoulders, arms towards your heart, as much as you can, as much as you can reach. To do your whole body should take anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes, depending on how thorough you want to be. It should not be painful, but it's a rough, it's a little scratchy. It's meant to kind of rough up the skin and open up the pores. Then the idea there is when you get in the shower, your toxins can more readily move through the skin and be eliminated that way. Let's see. I think that is the main nuts and bolts to get us started. I did want to mention, if you can't be on the live calls, for whatever reason, if you're traveling or you have stuff with family or whatever, it just doesn't work. No problem. They'll be recorded, and we'll get them to you within 24 hours for sure, but probably the next morning. And so you can view them, listen to them at your leisure. I would try to listen to them right away so you have the information, because one of the things that will be in there is your assignment for the week, which you will always have a week to complete. But some of the assignments will be very simple and you won't necessarily need a week, but some of them you will want a little more time. So definitely listen to those right away. And also just come to the calls. Clear space in your life and your head as best you can. So if the calls start at 6, maybe at 5:45, you grab your tea or your water bottle, your journal, you make a list of all the craziness in your head that you need to get to later, so you can set that aside. You feed the dog, like anything you can do to make it quiet and create a space where you can focus. This is your time. And here's what I feel with things like this, and this is why I'm seriously so proud of you guys for doing this, is before we know it, the end of February will be here. It's going to be here whether you go all in or not. It's going to be here for the people that didn't sign up for the virtual detox, which is fine. I'm not saying this in judgment. It doesn't fit for everybody. And I had a couple clients that I'm like, yeah, it's not a good fit for you right now. But it's going to come and go really quickly, no matter what. The question is, will you be in a better place? Will that contentment to just kind of keep plugging away, but not get anywhere, or not getting anywhere as fast as you want to, is that going to be plaguing you? Or are you going to be in a whole new situation? A whole new situation. So all you really need to know for now is that Monday and Tuesday morning, take your stuff. So 60 minutes from food, liver sauce, 30 minutes ultra binder, another 30 minutes you can eat if you want to. There's 2 quick things that I want to mention. One is, if you're not already drinking a lot of water, start doing that this weekend. I'm not planning to spend a lot of time on that because you are my favorites. You're my VIPs. You're my advanced group. And so most of you are doing, I would say, pretty good on this. But if you have started to slack, trust me when I say now is the time to get that upgraded. Okay. So if it's freezing where you're at and you want to start your day with warm water or warm lemon water or a little bit of salt in your warm water, you can do that. If you want to just do room temperature, if you want to put Polarmins, you can play with that a little bit, but make sure you're getting a bare minimum of half your weight in ounces. That is a minimum. I like a little closer to your weight in ounces, but there's a lot of variables there, of course. So start drinking water, or get back to drinking water if you haven't been. And then the last thing, a little upgrade assignment, is I want you to spend some time between now and our next call. I'm going to plant the seed now, and you can work on this throughout the weekend. Take inventory of every symptom you have that you can think of. All of them. So what I would recommend is get a notebook, or if you want to do it like in the notes app on your phone or something, you can list however many you can think of now, and guaranteed as you're driving tonight or tomorrow, or as you're talking with someone, or as something happens, you're going to be like, oh yeah, that's been bothering me. I want you to have a long list of symptoms. I mean, I don't want you to have that, but I want you to start with however many symptoms you have. So dig deep on this. This is like, and it's going to be a little bit tricky because some of you have symptoms that you've had so long you think it's normal. So how's your energy? How's your sleep? Do you have trouble with negative thoughts? Do you feel easily overwhelmed? Do you get angry easily? How's the like reproductive health, libido, sexual function, um what else, PMS kind of things, like how's that going? Cycles normal? Are you having hot flashes? Gentlemen, are you having good sexual function? um uh let's see what else. Common skin. I don't care. I want all your symptoms in one place. I don't care if it's high blood pressure, cancer, heart disease, diabetes, or if it's symptoms like, yeah, I've got this weird rash on the back of my right knee and it just won't go away. Okay. So really think through, what's the condition of your skin? Is it clear and bright? Are your eyes cloudy all the time? The whites of your eyes, they should be bright white. Are they cloudy? Do you have a coating on your tongue? What does your hair look like? Is it thin? Is it falling out? Is it dry? What about your fingernails? Do you have some weird pain somewhere? Does it hurt when you go upstairs? Anything you can think of. I don't, this can be a little bit depressing because you're like, geez, I thought I was okay. This is just like a baseline, very simple kind of gross test to see where we're at. Just so that we can look back and get a little bit more focused on what we're trying to do here. So we'll talk more about that, but you're gonna, the first step, getting the most out of this, will be for sure to kind of take inventory of what all you're dealing with, right? Even interpersonal things, if you're like, I am very grumpy. Or my family keeps telling me I'm irritable, or cravings. Cravings is another one. Sugar cravings, salt cravings, wanting to eat at night all the time. Sabotaging habits, like I know that XYZ isn't good for me, but I default to it, whether that XYZ is caffeine, nicotine, alcohol, drugs, sugar, processed food, fast food, soda, whatever it might be. So take inventory on every symptom you have that you can think of. Hopefully that jogged your memory to give you some ideas. Of course, I don't want to put any ideas that aren't in there, but we want to go for radiant optimal health, not just getting out of pain. And I know I'm so excited about this group, not just doing this, but you guys in particular, because you're the ones that get that. Like, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on things like drink water. You know that. It ties into some things. So I'm not saying we won't talk about it. It is important. You can never override the basics. I don't have a supplement that's going to take the place of you drinking enough water, right? But this is super, super key to know where you're at as we seek to head to a place of optimal, radiant health. All right. So if you have questions, let us know. Christy's going to be reaching out to everybody in the next 24 hours here, getting everyone set up. Make sure you could make it really, she would love it if you could make her job a little bit easier and just download that WhatsApp application and then connect with the group. So you'll have instructions on how to do that in this email. But if you could do that at your very earliest convenience, preferably by the end of the day on Friday, so she knows everyone's in there. But if not Friday, over the weekend, so that everyone is on the same page and we're all ready to start on Monday. All right. Have a beautiful weekend. Stay warm. And I absolutely adore you.